Do you want to generate hundreds or even thousands of SEO landing pages for every combination of a service and city? Then SEO Generator is exactly what you need. In this tutorial, we will walk through configuring and publishing your first batch of generated pages. Step by step. We will use a real-world example, a hairdresser website. By the end, you will have pages like hairdresser in Amsterdam, barber in Rotterdam, and hundreds of other combinations, each with its own unique URL and content. The plugin is already installed, so let's jump straight in. You can already see the two building blocks right here in the menu. The first is the settings page. This is where you configure everything technical. Which search terms to use, which cities, and what the URL structure looks like. The second is the content page. This is your content template, the place where you write the actual text for your generated pages. You use special placeholders like search term and location, which the plugin automatically replaces with the right service and city for each page. You link these two pages together, and the settings page drives the content page. For every combination of a search term and location, the plugin generates a unique URL that uses the content page as its base template, but with the right words filled in. In short, the settings page is the engine and the content page is the text. One more thing before we dive in. When you first install the plugin, it automatically creates a demo settings page for you. A hairdresser example with search terms, locations, and content already filled in. You can see it listed here as a draft. This is exactly what we will be using in this tutorial. Click the demo settings page to open it. This is the settings page. At the top, you will see a title field that's purely for your own reference in the dashboard. It won't appear anywhere on the website. Below that are the main configuration fields. In the search term field, you enter all the variants of your service or keyword, one per line. The demo has already filled in a few. Take a look. Notice the pipe character between a singular and plural form? We'll come back to that in a moment. In the locations field, you enter all the cities. Again, one per line. The demo already has a long list of cities ready to go. The more terms and locations you add, the more pages get generated. With 8 search terms in 100 cities, you already get 800 unique pages. Let's take a closer look at that pipe. The word before the pipe is the singular form. That's what search term becomes. The word after the pipe is the plural form. That is what search terms becomes. To show you how that works in practice, let me type an example line into the search term field. Find the best search terms near you in location. On a page like hairdresser in Amsterdam, the plugin will produce. Find the best hairdressers near you in Amsterdam. And on stylists in Rotterdam, it becomes find the best stylists near you in Rotterdam. This way, the content always sounds grammatically correct, even across hundreds of generated pages. If a search term doesn't have a separate plural form, just skip the pipe entirely. In that case, search term and search terms will both resolve to the same word. Just to be clear, this field is only for search terms. Those example lines were just to show you how the placeholders work in practice. Let me undo that so the demo stays clean. Now let's look at the URL structure. There are 2 fields for this. The first field is the SEO page base. This is the first part of your URL, a folder that all your generated pages will live under. The second field is the slug. This is the unique part of each generated page's URL. It is important that both placeholders are in this field, including the square brackets. That combination is what makes every generated URL unique. At the bottom of the page, you will see a live preview of what your URLs will look like based on what you have entered. That way you can verify it immediately. Now let's take a look at the content page. This is the template for your page content. Go to All Content Pages in the menu. You will see the demo content page listed. Click Edit. This is just a regular WordPress page. You can edit it with the classic WordPress editor, Gutenberg, Elementor, or any other page builder you prefer. The text contains placeholders. Search term is replaced by the singular search term. Search terms is replaced by the plural search term. Location is replaced by the city name. Take this heading as an example. On the page hairdresser in Amsterdam, that automatically becomes professional hairdresser in Amsterdam. On the page barber in Rotterdam, it becomes professional barber in Rotterdam. You write the content once. The plugin fills in the right words. Every single generated page. The page title works exactly in the same way. The best search term and location can get filled in automatically too. Customize the content however you like. Add images, a contact form, buttons, anything. Publish when you're done. Go back to the settings page. There's a field that connects the settings page and the content page together. The content page field. Here you select which content page should be used as the template. Choose the content page you just edited. This is the connection between the engine and the text. From this point on, the settings page uses that content page as the template for all its generated URLs. Scroll further down on the settings page. You will see the overview of the URL combinations that will be generated based on your search terms and locations. It shows the total number of URLs and lists the first 20 as a preview. These are the pages the plugin will create. Before you can view them in your browser, you need to publish the settings page first. Scroll back to the top and click Publish. The plugin now makes all generated URLs accessible. Let's go back down and click one of the URLs to see what it looks like. As you can see, the title text, everything, is filled in with the right search term and location, fully automatically, based on your template. In addition to all the individual generated pages, you can also enable an overview page, the archive page. Find the archive page section on the settings page and make sure Enable archive page is set to yes. The archive page is available at the page base URL, and it shows a clean list of all generated pages. Great for internal linking. By default, the plugin renders a simple auto-generated overview. And if you want more control over the look of that page, you can set up a custom archive. Create a regular WordPress page with your own template and layout. Head over to Pages, and I will edit the archive page I created earlier for this demo. Add the NSG archive shortcoder at the spot where you want the list of the generated pages to appear. And make sure that the page is selected in the Custom Archive field of your Settings page. Let's refresh the archive page. The list itself stays the same, but you can now add your own content, images or text above or below it, and style the page however you like with your theme or page builder. Now let's talk about SEO titles and meta descriptions. For that, head back to the content page because that's where your SEO plugin comes in. For the title tag and meta description of your generated pages, we recommend using a dedicated SEO plugin, like Yoast SEO, RankMav, All-in-One SEO, or any other SEO plugin of your choice. These plugins integrate with SEO Generator and let you define the title and meta description using the same placeholders you've already seen. Search term location and their variants. Be sure to use the square brackets there too. For example, in your SEO plugin, you would set the SEO title to something like the best search term and location. And your SEO plugin will output a unique filled-in title tag for every generated page. The same works for the meta description. If you don't use an SEO plugin, the built-in fields on the settings page are your fallback. Enter a title and meta description here using the same placeholders, and SEO Generator will output them directly. The plugin also has a global settings page. You will find it in the submenu under SEO Generator Settings. Here you can rename the placeholder tags. You can change them to anything you like, for example, service and city. If you do change the placeholders, make sure to update your content pages and settings pages to match. You will also find a number of additional options here. For most websites, you can leave these at their defaults. The SEO Generator automatically generates an XML sitemap for all your generated pages. No configuration required. The sitemap is available here. This is the sitemap index. It links to sub-sitemaps. Each zip sitemap contains up to 1,000 URLs. If you have 2,500 generated pages, you'll see 3 zip sitemaps here. This format is exactly what Google expects. Large sitemaps are automatically split into chunks, so crawling and indexing stays efficient. Now that your pages are live and your sitemap is ready, it is time to tell Google about them. You do that through the Google Search Console, a free tool from Google that lets you monitor your website's presence in the search results. And submit your sitemap so Google knows exactly which pages to crawl and index. Head over to the Google Search Console and open the Sitemap section. Enter your sitemap URL and click Submit. Google will now start discovering and indexing your generated pages. Most of the times you need to refresh the page one or more times before Google actually sees the sitemap. That's it. The sitemap is now registered in Search Console, and Google is aware of all your generated pages. Over the coming days or weeks, depending on your domain authority, Google will visit and index as many pages as possible individually. If you later add more search terms or locations, these new URLs become available immediately, and the sitemap updates automatically. You don't need to resubmit it. One of the most powerful features of the plugin is that you can create multiple settings pages. Say you have a website for a handyman company. You could create one settings page for plumbers, one for electricians, and one for painters. Each settings page has its own page base, search terms, locations, and content template. Click Add New Settings and start fresh. Every settings page works completely independently. You need to create separate content page for each settings page with different text and different layout. It gives you total control over every category of generated pages. One last thing that is worth knowing, especially when you are setting up new settings page: the Status tab. You will see a checklist that tells you exactly what is correctly configured and what still needs attention. Is the page published? Is a content page linked? Do the placeholders exist in the title? Other search terms and locations filled in? Each item shows a green check mark if it's good, or a red cross with a clear explanation of what is missing. It is the quickest way to make sure everything is in order before your pages go live. Let's quickly recap what we covered. We explored the built-in hairdresser demo and saw how the settings page and the content page work together. We filled in search terms and locations, set up the URL structure, added unique SEO titles, meta descriptions, and enabled the archive page, and submitted the sitemap to Google Search Console. With this setup, you can go from 0 to hundreds or thousands of relevant landing pages in a very short time, each with its own unique URL, unique content, and proper SEO metadata. The generated pages go live the moment you publish your settings page. Google finds them through the sitemap. You don't have to do anything manually. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your SEO.